Hey Beauts, welcome back to Pretty Scary. Hope you're all well. Huge apologies once more for a massive gap in my channel. I feel like all I do at the moment is apologise. I have had a lot to deal with over the last few weeks, months, which is why I've been a bit sporadic in my posting. Hopefully soon I will be able to explain all to you, but in the meantime, please accept my apologies. I hope you like this video today, and if you would like to recreate this look, this gorgeous creepy puppet, then please keep on watching. Alright, so as you can see, I have my hair up and my special effects vest top on. First of all, I'm going to block out my brows. That's the first step you need to do because you want to draw on nice high puppet brows. So I'm just blocking those out with some Prosaide glue and some powder. If anybody would like me to do a more in-depth eyebrow blocking video, then please comment down below. I am thinking of doing sort of shorter videos on this channel showing skills such as this in a little bit more detail rather than just skimming over them in the tutorials, so that I can then refer you back to those rather than keep repeating them in the tutorials so they're not a million years long. Anyway, back to the tutorial. So I'm just going over with an orangey toned concealer just to cover up the darkness of my brows a little bit and just powdering that out. And then going in with some white Snazaroo face paint just all over my face and my upper body and arms. I didn't want this too opaque, I just wanted to look quite sort of pale. And then going in with some pink blusher by Laura Mercier. You can use whichever pink blusher you have to hand. And just doing a very, very strong pink blush to make myself look kind of puppet-like. I then decided that wasn't quite strong enough, so I went over with this really bright pink by Barry M. Just bringing that up to the temples as well. Make sure you blend this out really well. And then I just used a deep grey shadow just to carve out my cheekbones. I want this puppet to kind of look a little bit kind of dirty and if it's kind of been left on a shelf by an evil puppet master for a while, that kind of thing. You get the picture, Beauts. Anyway, I then went in with some dark eyeshadow and roughly sketched the brows in. It's better to do this before you go over with the black water-based body paint, because then if you do make any mistakes, it's a lot easier to clean up. So once you've got the brows in, take your time with those because it can take a steady hand. I just carved out the new socket line just below my natural brow with a light grey and then going in with a deeper grey on the inner corners and then the same underneath, just blending that out well with a fluffy brush. I wanted to give a sort of a hollow look to the eyes, but also kind of a 1920s clown vibe. I then went in with a gold face paint on the lids and set that with Starfruit by Laura Mercier, which is a nice goldy toned eyeshadow. Then I used a flat brush to go in with a deeper grey just to carve out that socket line and make it look a little bit neater. And then I brought that Barry M pink blusher just on those outer edges to tie it in a little bit with the rest of the face. Using my favourite Deep Night by Laura Mercier just to deepen those inner corners just that little bit more. And then some black liquid liner just to define those eyes a little bit, curl those lashes and then add some mascara and some false lashes to give that real kind of puppet eye effect. I went for some quite dramatic thick ones. I then used that black Snazaroo face paint, the same one I used for the eyebrows, and painted some dishevelled looking lashes on the lower lash line as well. I then used the handle of a brush to carve out the Marionette mouth with that same black face paint. Just deepening up under the eyes a bit and just dabbing that down because I felt like it looked a little bit too tidy. So I just wanted to kind of dab it down to make the puppet look a bit more dirty. Then I'm taking a light grey and a deeper grey just to shade around those marionette lines to make them look more three-dimensional. Make sure you really blend this out. And then I'm taking those marionette lines also around my neck, around my arms to make them look like ball socket joints. And then later on you will see me do the same on my elbows and also at my wrists. If you really want to go all out, you can also do that on your fingers as well, but I decided not to. And then just shade those in exactly the same way as you shaded the marionette lines on the chin. The idea is, like I say, to make this look a little bit three-dimensional, as if you really are a puppet with all these socket lines. I went in with a little bit deeper grey actually along the lines themselves, and then I shaded under my armpits. I forget why I actually did that step now, so I'm afraid I can't give you an answer for that one, but it's what I did. I filmed this a while ago. It was one of my Halloween videos which I had to abandon due to my technical issues. Anyway, onto the lips. So I just did a very, very soft red lip, and then just used that Barry M pink to tie it in with the rest of the face. I then used a maroon and a deep grey just to shade along the bottom of the lips and also the corners, just to add a little bit of depth. And then in my fulcrum, I think it's called, that little dip in your top lip anyway. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then I just took the Barry M pink onto my nose as well. And then a little bit of white liquid liner by NYX on the inner corners and in the centre of the lips for a little bit of highlight, and then some white Snazzaroo on the high points of the face where you'd normally use like a powder highlight. I use it, that's not even a word, Charlotte. I used the white face paint to highlight that and also my shoulders. And this is the finished look with the hair in some nice dishevelled ponytails, and you can see me doing those extra socket joints like I mentioned earlier. A little bit of a mistake there, but easily cleaned up with a baby wipe. And I also took some string and just attached that onto my skin with some surgical tape and put a little bit of makeup over the top of that to make it look like I really was a marionette on strings. And then you are pretty much done. Creepy. Right, Beauts, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. And also, please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. There will be a lot more coming, and I promise I'm getting back on track. Love you all. Thanks for watching.